Fulton County in Georgia is under scrutiny after it emerged that some early votes from 2020 election were not signed by poll workers. Writing on X, various commentators allege voter fraud. The allegations came after on December 9th hearing before the Georgia State Election Board. Ann Brumbaugh, attorney for Fulton County Board of Registration Elections, said that some of the ballots were counted lacked required poll worker signature during the 2020 election. Vote tabulation tapes are signed to verify the accuracy of votes before they are transported to a central office and used for auditing the ballot, because there is no evidence that the ballots were not legitimate because they weren't signed. And some commentators noted that this was procedural lapse. A recounted hand audit of ballots in Georgia at the time confirmed Joe Biden won the debate. In the hearing, the lawyer said did not dispute that the tapes were not signed. It was a violation of the rule. She said President Trump and his allies have consistently claimed without evidence that the 2020 election was stolen from President Joe Biden, did not win in Georgia and other states. Trump claimed that the ballots were duplicated and that there were other voter fraud issues in the county. Vinny, what have you learned about the story?
And Humberto,
this is a Newsweek story I just read.
Yeah, I put it in to Rob's Slack. You'll see the girl in court, and she's admitting to it. Look at the Slack that I Slack Rob. But I want everybody to remember, not only was Trump saying it, when we were all saying it, when you were watching voting, yes, thanks. Humberto, hold on 1 second. When we were talking about cheating in Georgia, and this is Fannie Willis, this whole situation, okay? And let's not forget, Joe Biden won Georgia by 11,779 votes, okay? Now, 5 years later, they're admitting 315,000 votes were illegally counted, okay? That's
315,000.
Patrick, do you know what that means? The 2020 election was rigged. And I love how people on the left try to point out, well, it didn't change the outcome of the election. What? Wait a minute. If it was happening there, what about all the other polling stations where they were covering the windows and we were like yelling at the top of our lungs? What the hell kind of the poll? You have to have somebody from the other party watching the poll workers and what they're doing. And there's videos. I'm not going to play every video, but there's videos of it where they have the ballots. She brings them. She counts them a second time. Okay. And this is why, going back really, really quick to the first point about all the bickering and all the fighting, how is this not the number one story? How is everybody not flipping out besides Epstein, which we're going to get to? They cheated in Georgia. Okay. And then Rudy Giuliani, what is he going to do? Because you got to think about it. Rudy was charged 13 felony counts, fined $148 million because he contested this election. Okay? Fulton County's admission. So what? He better get reinstated. He better get all that money back, because it's everything from January 6th to Russia to every single thing that these freaking demons have said that we were crazy about. It's all coming true. Okay? So think about this. They're actually missing 380,761 ballots. Fulton failed to verify signatures for 148,000 ballots. Ruby Freeman and Shea Moss double-scanned ballots. They violated state law. And then Fannie Willis and Humberto, who is this? I think this is in Fulton County. Yep. Who is she? She's admitting towards the end that they screwed up, but look at what she's trying to blame.
Is she a Democrat?
1,000%. Yeah, go ahead.
I've not seen the tapes myself, but we do not dispute that the tapes were not signed. It was a violation of the rule.
Violation.
Since 2020, again, we have new leadership and a new building and a new board and new standard operating procedures.
Okay.
Since then, the training has been enhanced. The poll watchers are trained specifically. They've got to sign the tapes in the morning, and they've got to sign the tapes when they're run at the end of the day.
They cheated.
When the tapes come back to the hub for, with all the documentation, they are checked again. And if somebody forgot to sign a tape, then Fulton initiates an investigation. But we don't dispute the allegation.
So do you guys hear all that fluff? All that fluff? We don't dispute the allegation, meaning we were wrong, we violated, we cheated. Okay, but you know what she's saying? We're in a new building. Now we're watching the poll watchers. We're watching. Shame on them. And the fact that this isn't the number one story, because where we are today, with all the problems, with all the inflation, with the freaking border, with dealing with ICE and all this crap, It's because we were cheated out of the president in 2020. End of story. Okay? Thank God he's back and he's trying to fix it. And I'm sorry that I'm freaking yelling, but it's like these are the stories that should be the top of the cream of the crop. You guys cheated and they're going to try it again. Okay? They have to try it again. I don't know if it's going to be this because we're on it now, but I'm telling you guys, the enemy, we cannot let these people win again. That's my point. Period.
Check this out. How many votes off the top of your heads would you think that Georgia was decided by that year?
How many votes?
Off the top of your head.
11,000.
Oh, you saw it already.
Yeah,
okay.
I said it earlier.
Well, this is the whole thing where Trump said, find me 11,400 votes.
Yeah.
And Adam, there's
so
clips of him.
300,000 you're saying.
They wanted to win by a landslide. And there's clips of him. Donald Trump was on camera. I think I put it in the Slack as well. He's saying they cheated. They were dropping off ballots. They were doing it. And every network, every one of them, he's lying. He's lying. He's denouncing this. And then January 6th. And now, weird. No wonder why January 6th he was saying you guys cheated. We have to be there. Okay?
Yeah.
And what's this? Oh, no, that's a different one, Bert. No, it's a different one. It's all good.
Adam.
That one right there. Oh, that one right there. Listen to this. Sorry, Pat. This is him.
I saw this one.
You heard this?
Where they dumped ballots, you will find that you have many that aren't even signed.
Weird.
And you have many that are forgeries. Okay? You know that.
Yeah.
You know that. You have no doubt about that. And you will be at 11,779 within minutes because Fulton County is totally corrupt, and so is she totally corrupt. And they're going around playing you and laughing at you behind your back, Brad. Whether you know it or not.
Yo, and by the way, this guy, what's his last name?
Raffensperger.
Yeah. He actually called. He was on MSNBC or CNN, one of these major news, and he basically called it. He called it. He goes, there's a 2% that haven't voted yet. And he goes, Trump is going to win. He's like, unless something crazy and Chuck Todd and them he knows they were cheating. So guess what? Once again, we were right. You were wrong. You know that saying, I hate to say I told you so? I don't. We told you so. Period.
Adam.
Vinny, I appreciate your passion. I'm with you mostly, but the math is not mathing. Because even if Trump won Georgia in 2020, even if he would have won, he still would have lost the election.
I said that.
Okay. Yeah. Which leads to the bigger question. Are you saying that the entire, every single swing state, every single part of the election was rigged?
No, but what?
Because if so, you would probably be wrong based on every single court case. So I'm with you.
Well, the court case is that. I'm sorry.
Hear me out, guy.
Well, I'm gonna forget.
Hear me out, guy. I'm with you that there was definitely some irregularities. The Hunter Biden laptop certainly was an issue, but Trump won in 2016. The Electoral College vote was 304 to 227. Whooped Hillary's ass. The next election, 4 years later, it was pretty much the exact same thing, but in Biden's favor. 306 to 232. So even if 306, how many Electoral College votes does Georgia have? 16. So 306 minus 16, he's at 290. You need 270 to win. Biden would have won by 20 Electoral College votes. Flip it, Trump ran away with all 7 swing states in 2024. He won 312 to 226. So yes, we can go relitigate the past and figure out what happened in Georgia. Cool. Have fun with that. I respect that. But that's not going to change the election. It's not going to change who the president was. Trump's the president now. Let's embrace what he's doing now and not try to go relitigate what happened
There's a big difference, though.
2020.
Yeah. Here's a big difference.
Sure.
Here's a big difference. And I get what you're saying, okay? But guess what the enemy wants to say? Exactly what you just said.
Big bingo.
The enemy wants to say, let's just move on and focus on this. My biggest challenge right now is if they can take these 3 more years that they have, not really 3 more years. They got 12 months because midterm's not going to be good. They got 11 months to get everything else they want to get done. After midterms, they're going to get their asses handed to them if they continue going the way they're going right now. On everything, Calshi, Poly, doesn't matter. It's Democrats winning the midterms. If they can find a way, and I don't know how they're going to do this, everyone's got to get ID'd when they're voting, every state. If they can, and they're working on some of these things for the voting corrections that they're trying to make, the adjustments that they're trying to make. You may say, well, this only happened in Fulton County. He would have lost anyways. It's too early, buddy. You have no idea what could come the next 3-4 years. The other day, the pipe bomber took how many years for us to find out the pipe bomber? 5 years. Oh, just relax until it comes to you. But then what? Then what? We have a new building and new management and new protocols, and this will never happen again. Oh, really? Oh, really? Okay. You think Trump's the last person you guys are going to call a fascist? No. Guess what? You wait till you see how much of a fascist J.D. Vance is going to be in 2028 and Rubio is going to be in 2028. And you know what I mean when I'm saying he's going to be in 2028. I don't mean they're fascist. That's what they're going to be targeted as in 2028. So if you don't address these things now, you don't think it's going to happen again in the future, Vinny? I'll give you the final thoughts on this.
The only time I'm going to disagree, Adam, because it's like if they cheated in Georgia, I know, like I said in the beginning, it didn't. That one state didn't change everything. If they did it there, how do you know that they didn't do it everywhere else? Georgia wasn't the only place that was literally taping up windows so we couldn't see what these people were doing. Government officials that are getting paid from my tax dollar. Okay, Adam. And by the way, if you taint it in one, the whole thing's tainted. Houston Astros against the Yankees, cheating, banging on shit in the dugout. Altuve running and saying, "Don't rip it." He had a freaking wire. And then they win the World Series. The whole season's tainted. You didn't just get caught in one game. You got caught for the whole season. So that's where the trust factor comes in. And Adam, we can't have this, next one. It's like, okay, COVID, let's move on. Meanwhile, kids are dying. Myocarditis is up. Sudden deaths are happening. Turbo cancer's up. We're like, guys, it's just, come on. Bill Gates is cool. He came in at dinner with Trump. No, to hell with that. Hunter Biden laptop. No, God. It was just certain guys in the FBI. No. And it all goes back to Epstein, to everybody. If we don't hold them accountable, it's going to happen again. And I want Fannie Willis, did you see her attitude in court? She's like, because she knows she's untouchable. The freaking attitude and the brash attitude. Who y'all talk? Attitude like, calm your nerves. You got caught. You got caught. And if we don't stop it, we don't say, no, time out. You guys cheated. End of story. Hillary Clinton, when they did Russia collusion, what happened? You guys know what happened with Hillary and the DNC? They got caught with doing the fake dossier. $5,000 fine, $100,000 fine. Forget it and move on. No, I'm not a fan of that.
I'll just final thought. Thank God Trump won in 2024.
Yes.
Thank God that there's a lot of moderates like myself who woke up and realized, holy crap, we've been lied to about Trump. We should relitigate what happened in 2020. But I will bring to your attention, they did try to litigate this. It's called 62 different lawsuits that Trump presented to the courts, and he lost every single one other than some procedural technicality in Pennsylvania. So this has been litigated. So I'm not moving on. I'm not saying that we shouldn't do that. If anything, we need to investigate what the hell happened to COVID.
I know.
That's the most important thing to me.
But if they litigated
we
Georgia,
have Trump now, and I'm not saying that we shouldn't go back to 2020. Let's focus on the present and the future.
Yeah.
The future looks bright. Let's make America great again. Trump's not going to go back and they're going to rename him president for the 2020 election. It's not happening.
It's not about relitigating the past.
We just don't want to have these
protecting the
situations
future.
happen
It's about
again.
protecting the future, though.
I agree.
Yeah, so you can't protect the future without relitigating the past to a degree.
And that's why they're going through this.
Yeah,
but let's not forget that they lost 61 of 62 lawsuits. Are we just going to forget
lost the
that?
one in Georgia.
About the 20 million extra votes,
The Georgia
though.
one, too. They lost because, okay, let's just say some of the judges are appointed by Democrats, but at the end of the day, they litigated Georgia and he lost. This is now proof that he was right.
If we want to go there,
Adam,
the governor of Georgia, Brian Kemp, I believe was his name, was a Republican. This guy Katzenberger was a Republican. So don't give me this liberal judge bullshit.
I've never heard of Republicans that are anti-Trump.
Right,
never heard of that before.
The guy endorsed Trump, guy.
Adam, I don't.
Yeah, but he doesn't want to go out on a limb
So
like
if
that.
you don't trust anybody, what's the point of even talking?
Adam,
because you have zero trust for anybody.
You don't trust man.
So what if I don't trust anything that you say?
Trust God.
So that to me is a slippery slope.
Oh,
you have to have a little bit of trust in certain things, not 100%, but at least a little bit. I don't fully trust the system, but that's the best thing we got.
Yeah, I got you. I trust we're not going to solve this by the end of the show. So let's move on to this. The other night, my wife's hosting some of her friends over at the house with Bible study. Anyways, they're doing their thing. They're having their food. They're laughing. And I come in. There's like 20 cars in front of our house. My security freaks out. He's thinking something's going on. I said, no. I think there's something. I think Jen told me. And I forgot, obviously. I forget we had some. And I come in. This lady walks up to me. We start talking. Very nice lady. She says, oh, I see the shoes you're wearing. She says, are those the shoes you've worn 3,000 days in a row? She says, after hearing you talk about it, that you've been wearing it for so many days, I eventually bought one for my husband. So guess what, folks? You know what I'm wearing today?
3001.
Let me tell you. When I tell you, since September 9th, September 10th, I've worn this every day except for 3 days. I'm not kidding with you. It's the most comfortable shoes in the world. It's the product that you see us talk about every single flipping day, but today's special. Let me tell you why it's special. You know what just showed up?
Nice.
The whites
Ooh-wee.
officially showed up to our factory.
Flats.
First time ever. And the navy blues showed up. First time ever. By the way, this is now on our 4th order because they sell out. So if you're somebody that's wondering why are people loving these FLB shoes, you may want to watch this video and find out for yourself and then go place an order for someone you love. But this white one just came. Absolutely sick. Look at the bottom of it with the FLB on the bottom. Watch this clip, and then we'll take you to VT Merch, and we'll go from there. Go ahead, Humberto. To create a shoe that blends comfort, function, and luxury, we had the choice to make it fast. We had the choice to make it cheap. We chose neither. Instead, we chose Tuscany, Italy. We chose true Italian craftsmanship, each pair touched by 50 skilled hands. We chose patience, spending 2 years perfecting every detail, and we chose the finest quality at every step. Introducing the Future Looks Bright collection. Not rushed, not disposable, not ordinary. Rather, intentional, luxurious, timeless. There you go. Humberto, do you want to go to vtmerch.com? Oh, you're wearing it today. Good for you. By the way, there's nothing like wearing these shoes and you're sitting in a boardroom or in a conference room or anywhere at dinner and you put your feet like this and everybody sees it and they say, you got to be kidding me. Go all the way down. Remember, these are 100% made in Italy, 100%. 5 factories with the on-cloud foam on the bottom, the super foam technology on the bottom, so it's comfortable and light when you wear it. And if you compare them to the Berluti, Ferragamo, Zegna's, Gucci's, the price difference is insane. So if you haven't placed an order or two, the list we get of people that are buying, I can't say the names until these people wear it. You would be amazed who's ordering these shoes for Christmas for themselves and their families. Go to vtmerch.com, place an order or two, one for yourself, one for somebody you love, or maybe your husband, someone else you got out there, so they can wear the FLB shoes. The white and navy blue is here. The sizes, if you're wondering what's already been out, size 13 sold out. For navy blue, these are not available. Size navy blue, oh my God. It just goes very quickly, okay, on what sizes are there. But go place your order. It'll tell you when it's going to be delivered. If you enjoyed this video, you want to watch more videos like this, click here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click here.